The NBA is owned by Caucasians. That's not black culture. That's dysfunction.
They're a bit harder. They're a bit harder. You get 5,000 lashes.
No.
Are you a coon?
Yeah, right. Hey, give this guy.
Let's go and welcome back to another week of Talking Trophies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is a special week because I've been talking about this guy week in, every other week. I'll mention his name. I'll mention the cause. And the fact that he's sitting here right now, it's a big episode. It's Dr. Umar. And you got to get it right. It's Ifu Tunde.
Yes, sir. Glad to be with you, brothers. Glad to be with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
And boys, we got Sean back.
I'm back.
Sean's behind the mic.
Come on, man. Especially in the I couldn't miss it.
Yeah.
By the way, we have
Yes,
a
sir.
special name for our viewers. We call them Deves and Davies. So
Yeah.
Deves
Alright.
Give him a shout
are the
out.
girls, Daves are the guys. So shout out to
Got you.
all our Deves and Davies
Deves
listening
and
to
Davies.
Yeah, we
right
made
now.
it Hollywood, guys. We're going mainstream. Next thing we're doing, we're going straight
selling
to
out.
America. We're selling out. But I want to start by saying something to you, Dr. Umar. There's a scene in a movie, the Malcolm X movie, that always reminds me of you.
I know
You know
what
where
it is.
Denzel's walking into the university and the snow bunny walks up to him and she goes, "Hey, I want to help the cause. How can I get involved?" And you know what he says to her? "Do nothing."
What can I do to help you and further your cause?
Nothing.
And just
right.
walks away.
That's right.
Why can people of non-black descent not support the cause?
Because they benefit from our oppression, so it's a contradiction. If a Caucasian wants to help liberate African people, they can best serve our freedom struggle by challenging the systems and structures of racism, discrimination, disproportionality, and equity in their own community. Your father is the CEO. Your uncle is the judge. Your cousin is the governor. Why do you need to come amongst the oppressed to fight oppression? You sit at the kitchen table with the colonizer. So go and fight amongst your own people. That's where the decisions are made. That's where the power is held. You don't need to come amongst African people to destroy white supremacy because you're related to the white supremacists.
But I want to speak about something, raising the concern and awareness of it. Let's just say that person does come and stand by you in the black cause, the black oppression. And I'm not a coon, Dr. Umar. I just want to play devil's advocate right now.
All right.
So I want
You're about to get your melanin snatched.
guys, my melanin is solid, man. I know six generations of my family line, man. We straight blend, we black.
sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
But I want to speak about it because let's just say I got a couple friends that do support the black cause. They have funded black causes before.
Funding the black cause is not the same as fighting against disproportionality and inequity.
So how can they do
One
it?
of the best tools that racism has used to make us think they care and make us think they're fighting for equity is to fund us. Funding me does not eliminate the structures that are in place in Australia that lead to differential outcomes for black versus white. Money don't change racism. You understand? But because we so thirsty for that free money they be giving out, we don't step back long enough to evaluate the process and the program to recognize that them funding us doesn't help. If funding eliminated racism, if funding can help black people, Africa be free.
100%.
Africa would be free.
100%.
Look at all the funding that goes into
what
Africa.
can they do? Besides do nothing. You see how Malcolm said do nothing?
No.
Yeah.
What Malcolm should have said
Yeah.
is go back to your community and fight against those who set the policy that disproportionately impacts us. You don't need to come and walk with us. The white liberal always wants to come walk with black folks so we will worship them.
And it looks good on paper. It looks good on paper too. Because when he's on the front line, it's a black, white. It makes him look a part of the cause.
And I agree with this because when you make government bigger, that means they have more control over whatever you're doing.
Yes.
And so the less power you have in that sense. So I can completely agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but on that, I feel like to get it started, there needs to be a kickstart. So I understand why we do need some form of these government grants or whatever it is for our community to get it started. Because some people don't even have the funding to do it.
But you mentioned something.
But we
in
do
your
have the
conference.
funding.
Let me get there because you mentioned something in your conference, and I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you.
Okay.
Because there's the brothers that take the funding, and there's the brothers that raise the money. We gotta know which brothers are taking the money from the government, and we gotta know which brothers are raising the money from the community.
Absolutely.
So we can differentiate, and we know which meetings to take him in because we don't want him to sabotage our cause.
Absolutely.
And from now on, Dr. Umar,
Absolutely.
whenever something good is said, we have to end the sentence by saying a word you said in the meeting: Black power.
Black power. Black power.
That's it.
Hey,
Let's
I
go.
want to talk about one thing. I think especially it's a lot of young African men in Australia. What tends to happen is that they actually don't put their identity in the African culture, but African American culture. You know, we see it in our youth of today. You know, rap, drilling, crime rates are going up because people are identifying with the good parts of African American culture and also the hard parts of African American culture.
The good parts might be like sports.
Yeah.
Bad parts is like drug dealing and drilling.
Let me clarify something. Because the American African family is a branch of the African family, what any African family values, we value as well. So when you see anything being done in America that contradicts who we are as African people, that's not African culture. That's European dysfunction. Gangster rap,
it's not a part of us, yeah?
Gangster rap is funded by Caucasians. That's dysfunction. The NBA is owned by Caucasians. That's not black culture. That's dysfunction. If you walk on a slave plantation and you see African people picking cotton ain't black culture. They're being exploited by European financial culture. So I want to make sure y'all don't confuse dysfunction and exploitation by the Caucasian with black culture. Black culture is loving our women. Black culture is working through our conflicts. Black culture is building independent institutions. The NFL and the NBA and gangster rap are all ran, owned, and controlled by Caucasians. That is not black culture.
But why is it stereotype to us then?
What do you
As
mean?
black people. A stereotype. When you think about basketball, you think about black people. When you think about NFL, you think about black people.
Because
When you think about hip hop, you think about black
Who
people.
controls the media?
No,
Caucasians.
I was gonna say someone, but I don't think I should.
No, but it's important.
Okay, yeah, go.
5 companies control everything you watch,
The Murdoch
everything
family,
you
yeah.
read, every movie you go see, every book you pick up. You understand? So they control the images that go out to the world. And that's why it looks like black men are only good for entertainment and athletics. The white power structure did that.
You gotta end it with one sentence. Black power.
Black power.
That was facts.
Black power.
Another thing I also see, like working in schools, I feel like a lot of teachers they'll be like, "Oh man, you're so good at basketball, you're so good at rap, you're so good at music." So they'll say, "This is all you're good for."
Yes.
And then what happens is you get some
Yes.
brothers, right? They're palming off weed, they're doing
Yep.
all this stuff, and so
Yep.
what happens is when they don't make it in these sports, when they don't make it in the rap industry, they go, "Fuck, I can't make it. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the trap. You know, I'm gonna go back to this."
Through subliminal suggestion, they're led to believe that if you're going to make something out of your life, it's going to be outside of the academic atmosphere. And that's why we as black men need to encourage our boys to excel in academics, because we are the reason they all want to be athletes and entertainers. Think about it. Do we value academic excellence in Australia? I promise you we don't. If I go to a soccer match, I'll see black men. If I go to a football game, I'll see black men. I go to a nightclub or a concert, I'll see black men. Let me go to a back-to-school night. Let me go to a report card conference. Let me go to a special ed hearing. You'll hardly see any black men there. Our boys are watching how we only pay attention to them when they're entertaining and athleticizing. Until we put attention on academics again, they won't either. That's our fault. We have to raise black excellence up and stop pushing this dysfunction. Because here's the thing, and we got to tell our boys, only 1% of all high school athletes will become a professional. Only 1%. So if we got every black boy in Australia thinking you're going to get rich through athletics and entertainment, you're selling them a pipe dream. You have a greater chance of being struck by lightning than becoming a multi-million-dollar athlete. We're not telling them that. And we don't have to kill their dream. If he want to be basketball, let him pursue. He might be the one. But if he don't make it, what's his plan B? If he don't make it, what's his plan
Can't be
C?
his identity.
The problem is we don't give him no
His
backup.
plan B's got to be maybe coaching, maybe training, something technical. If he wants to
But
stay,
why does plan B still got to be
but
associated with athletics?
maybe he loves the basketball game.
Yes, but there's other things he would love if we expose him to it. See, when you say he wants to be a basketball player, I say the only reason why he wants to be a basketball
Because he loves
player is
basketball.
because we ain't exposed him to nothing else.
100%.
Did we expose him to coding? Did we expose him to engineering? Did we expose him to welding, being a plumber, HVAC, mechanic, psychology, education, nursing? There's so many things they can be, but the only thing that's readily available in our neighborhoods is sports and entertainment. We got to broaden their horizons.
100%.
That's on us to do.
And I got an issue with that 1% that end up becoming the athletes. Me too. There's a big issue, and this was the year of it. Snow bunny hopping.
Oh, yes.
That 1%, Dr.
Oh,
Umar,
yes.
we got that same issue. We got a sports called Aussie Rules. Aussie
AFL.
Rules
Have
football.
you heard of
Have you
AFL?
seen the Aussie Rules
heard of it.
football?
Nah.
It's a different kind of football based in Australia.
Play the square. Green gets the important clearance. Inside 50, but it's going to potentially come back. Lever couldn't hang on. It's a 2-on-2. McDonald under some pressure.
Australia.
Okay.
However, I have a problem with the brothers that make it pro sometimes.
Mind you,
and I'm known for.
Africans are killing it right now. The AFL.
And they're starting to get in.
Okay.
We're starting to get into the AFL. We've got a couple South Sudanese
okay,
brothers.
okay,
We've got a couple
okay.
West African brothers getting into the
Okay.
AFL. We're still waiting for the Eritrean. That's not us.
Okay, okay.
We're more into the running and the bike
I
riding.
got
You know what I'm
you,
talking
I got you,
about.
I got you.
But 2024 has been the year of snow bunny hopping, Dr. Umar. What is going on?
Okay. 4 points to the snow bunny crisis. Point number 1. Black men date white women because they need validation as men. Number 1. Number 2, black men feel black women are inferior to white women, so they date white women. And if you feel black women are inferior to white women, then you automatically admitting you feel inferior to white men. Every bunny hopper has an inferiority complex, save none. They all have.
so
Number
you're-
3,
Okay,
interracial marriage is economic betrayal and sabotage, because when you invest in that snow bunny, you're taking wealth.
Is it on the
from
male side and the female side?
Both
Bob?
sides. Both sides. But
Okay.
it's worse with us.
Okay.
We bunny hop way more than the sisters do. You understand? And a lot of times the sisters who do bunny hop end up bunny hopping as a consequence of the fact that we're not interested in them. I'm not excusing her.
And
I'm
the-
just saying
there
our
was a point,
behavior
there was a
affects
point
her.
a sister made. Remember, the sister made a point on Saturday. She goes, "How come there's no good black men around?" I was gonna turn around and say,
I don't like statements like that.
I know, and I disagreed with her. And I was
Yes.
gonna turn around. I was gonna say because some of those good black men are bunny hopping,
I
but
agree
I
with
didn't
that.
want to get in trouble.
But here's another thing too. Black mothers, because a lot of our boys are raised by single black mothers because of the war against the men. Black mothers are not raising their sons to be committed to black women. Black women have to take some of this.
Why is that?
Because if you're raising a son, right? It's not her fault the father's not there. But you're the only parent he has. And you're not telling him that he better bring home a black woman. You're part of the problem. How is a black boy going to learn to value black women if his mother don't even tell him to value black women? You understand? That's not the biggest reason.
So
that's a contributing factor.
how can she contribute?
She tell him directly.
Just say what? I don't want to see you with no snow bunnies.
Yes!
Okay. What about other races?
They do the same thing.
We got an issue with in Australia. I don't think
The Chinese would tell
I
his
don't think
daughter,
the-
you better not come
I
in
don't
here
think
with
the
an
snow
African.
bunny issue is a big thing in Australia. We
I've seen bunny hoppers since that's
no,
wrong.
we do. No, we have it.
I've been here 4 days and it's been a blizzard, a snowstorm.
And it's not even winter.
And it's not even winter.
But I want to say, they're like the Asian girls.
You like the Asian
Not
girls?
me. I'm saying, we're going to get to me after eventually.
No ice, no rice, no spice, no sand, no salsa. First thing she has to do, same thing a black man got to do if he does it, is you got to recognize that you dating that white man wasn't purely due to limited dating options. There was a piece of you that craved validation from the colonizer. We got to admit that. When we say I only dated a white man or a white woman because I didn't have enough options, you're not being completely honest. There's a part of you that needed to be validated by white people in order to feel whole. Because you got to realize they stripped us of our racial ego. They stripped us of our racial self-respect. They stripped us of our race pride. And unfortunately, a lot of us think the only way we can get it back is to go back to the same people who stole it from us. If she can admit that I suffered from low self-esteem, and that's what led me there, she's on the road to recovery. Because in a mental health world, you can't solve a problem that you don't admit you have. So if we want to heal bunny hopping, and by the way, I'm working on a snow bunny recovery retreat. So if anybody's suffering from snow bunny hopping, you're going to come to me for a weekend, and I'm going to detox all the Willie Lynch out of you.
How are we detoxing
Oh, I
them?
can't tell you the
What's the
secrets, my
process?
brother. I can't
What's
tell
the
you the
process?
secrets.
Taking
Oh,
them on dinner. You're taking them on
We
a
need a
date.
taste, a
You're
trailer.
taking her on a nice night
There has to be
out.
a trailer
And
to this.
she's going to make you the main meal and you're giving her the dessert. brother. We know what's going on, Dr. Umar.
Cut it
but
out.
Dr. Umar, I want to ask you something. I've got a hotter take than that, but
okay.
we're first generation Africans in Australia. I personally believe it's not really a like race thing, but I think, for example, because we're first generation Africans, I'm Eritrean. I think it's better for me to marry an Eritrean girl so I can maintain the 7,000 years of culture that I had. What's your thoughts on that?
'Cause we got tribalism.
100% hell yes.
So do you think as Africans we shouldn't go outside? So we should make our priority. For example, Somalis, Eritreans, South
No.
Sudanese, South
As long
Sudanese.
as it's African, I'm fine. As long as it's African.
But the thing is, we have different cultures, Dr.
Tribes.
Umar. We have different tribes. We have
That is
different
true.
values.
That
we
is
have different
true.
ancestors.
That is true.
And for example, my grandma.
However,
Okay.
we all come from the exact same man and woman from the Nile Valley. All of us. We spread. In the very beginning, it was one group of ancestors that birthed the whole continent. No matter how you look at it, there's cultural continuity on the African continent. Look at all the religions. Look at all the cultures. There is a common foundation on the African continent. The leaves may be different colors. The branches might look
It's the
different.
same tree.
But them roots are the same. And I think sometimes we exaggerate the differences to the point of
That it's
trying
major.
to make it impossible for us to unite. We don't have to be a homogenous continent, right? Diversity should be appreciated. I don't have a problem with the diversity amongst African people, but let's not make it, don't exaggerate it so much where we can't even
Yeah,
unite.
yeah, let's get back to that. We're going to do Does It Hit?
Does It Hit?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, done.
Hey, we do a
You're in
segment.
Australia. In Australia, we do a segment called Does It Hit, where we do food reviews. We got to get you tasting some Aussie foods, Aussie
All right, this
snacks.
stuff fresh, right?
This stuff came today.
Hey, Deeves and Davies, you know what time it is. It is time for Does It Hit? All right,
This week,
so
what do we got? Damo went and got the Aussie snacks. We got some Aussie snacks.
I had to put you on some Aussie snacks. So basically, all of these brands are all Australian made. And so we
We
got
grew
Red
up
Rock
eating
Deli
these.
chips, Tim Tams,
Okay.
Anzac
Black-owned
biscuits,
companies?
Caramel koalas.
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
Okay.
And
No
look, if-
black snacks.
No,
No Aussie black snacks.
No Kool-Aid. But hey, look, Kirk's.
And
Is Kirk's indigenous?
Don't air it, right? This guy's air it.
It's not. It's not. But
Alright.
hey, shout out our First Nation people, Dr. Umar, the indigenous people. Give them a shout out as well.
Shout out
The Wurundjeri
to
people
all
of the
of
Kulin
my
Nation.
indigenous, Aboriginal, African, Australians who left Africa thousands of years ago. Y'all might have been the first to leave the mother continent, but no matter how long you've been in Australia, my Aboriginal family, you still African. We still love you, and we stand in solidarity with you.
Dr.
Black
Umar,
power.
You're gonna try a drink called Kirk's passion fruit flavor. You like?
So you have to give us a rating out of 10.
Give it a rating out of 10.
Tell
Let's
us
see how
your
you feel.
thoughts.
This is coming from a diehard ginger ale addict.
Okay.
I'm going to get that a 10.
Yeah, crazy? Yeah, hey. We on. Next one.
Dr.
This one-
Umar, I know how much you love your what? Your black queens.
Black Queens
This is the
forever.
closest we're getting to it.
Snow
It's that
bunnies
chocolate.
never.
It's called Tim Tams, the famous Tim Tams. This is a classic. Let's see how you feel. I know you're gonna be biased because of this chocolate. Yeah.
Crazy or what?
Cocoa butter.
Ain't nothing like some chocolate. Another 10.
Oh my god.
Hey, we got caramel
Oh,
koalas.
you wanna do this one? What's this one, Damo?
Caramel koalas.
Caramel koalas.
For my caramel Ethiopian queens.
Dr. Umar, while you're eating, I just want to ask you something because you keep mentioning these women, Kaz. You gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused, my brother. I've been watching you for years. Sometimes I'm watching you go on live, and you just get caught.
Do you see what they be putting in my
I know
counter?
what they're putting out. But sometimes you just gotta take
They
it
be all
easy.
kind of Cinnabons running through
I know. What's this? What are you having? Is that the Tim Tam?
That's
Oh,
the
it's
caramel koala.
By the way, the
There's
koala
caramel
is
in
a
the middle.
native Australian animal.
Another 10.
Oh my God!
Oh, okay.
Australia's running
Hey,
it out.
10.
Okay, we got
Next one. Hey, shout out the Anzacs.
We got Anzac. Look,
Shout out
they-
the
this-
Anzacs.
Now it's a hot take because
is a
it was
hot
a
take.
Caucasian battle. This biscuit was made during World War I. They used to ship it to the Australian soldiers fighting in Istanbul. And I don't know if I should hand this to you, but it's an Australian classic. And I'm not gonna lie, Dr.
It's
Umar.
good as brown cookies.
That's all right. Then. Run it up.
What kind of cookies is it though? What's the flavor?
It's-
is it a flavor? Ginger or what?
It's oats, creamy oats, syrup, golden syrup.
Ladies, keep your cookies
Stay
to
focused.
yourself.
Stay focused, Dr. Umar. Stay focused. The cameras are this side.
Is this stale, bro?
Yeah, it's a bit hard. You gotta chew it. The reason why it's made like
Oh,
that
they're a
is
bit,
because-
they're a bit harder. They're a bit harder.
You got insurance?
Nah. Y'all gonna take my teeth out.
What do you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 2.
All right.
All right, last
And
one is
what
Red
it,
Rock
Damon?
Deli. Red
Honey-
Rock Deli, honey soy chicken
Honey
chips.
soy.
By the way,
Honey soy chicken chips?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
Hey, these
it
are
up.
crazy. Nah, these are crazy.
Run it up.
Honey Honey soy chicken potato
Yeah.
chips. If that ain't the getaway shit, I heard. Let me see. They might be good too. Let me see.
All right, round it up. Well, we got a mixed reaction.
Oh.
Dr. Umar,
Well,
they goaded. What the heck?
Feeling,
They
how are we
goaded.
feeling? Explain to us. It's
What's going on right now?
he went for a
That
3-point
tastes
shot.
like
Honey soy chicken.
rabbit
Where did
doodle.
you eat this? Where did you eat this, brother?
Hey, wash it down with the pasitas.
Yeah, you gotta have the there.
These are my snacks right here.
All right. Dr. Umar,
Deeves and
he
Davies.
enjoyed it. What do you give it? What does he give it overall? What do you,
Hey, overall, what do you give Australian
the
snacks out of
Australian
10?
snacks?
These three, I'm feeling these.
So overall,
not the hard-
just
what else did I
just
have?
the experience, the Tim Tams.
Tams.
Yeah, Tim Tams.
In fact, I'm keeping them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take the whole thing
You
with
can
you.
take that.
That's all yours.
Dr. Umar,
Tams.
the
caramel
caramel
koalas.
koala. Just
My
anything
caramello
chocolate.
koala for all my
Aye.
Ethiopian
Stay focused,
honey
my brother.
buns.
Stay focused, my brother. Stay
Stay
focused,
focused.
my
Hey, we're
brother.
gonna lock in.
Dr. Umar, in 2024, there's another thing that's been happening. But
Talk
it's-
to me.
I miss, you know what, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to stop there. I miss shaved head Dr. Umar sometimes.
Oh,
When
the
you bringing him
waves.
back?
I'm gonna tell you. You know, I take care of my mother, and you know, when you're busy caring for your loved ones, sometimes you don't have time to. You know what I'm saying?
Take care,
I
yeah.
cut my own hair.
Yeah.
They taught us how to cut hair in high school. I
Yeah.
went to a military high school, and so one day I woke up and went to the bathroom. I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna just let this grow a little bit. So shout out to my mama, because
Yeah,
if I
okay.
wanted to take care of my mama, I would have never grew.
You bringing it back? You going to cut the hair soon?
Nah,
Think about
We
it.
love
Keep
black
it.
dreads.
because I like the queens to massage my head after my
Stay
lecture.
focused, my brother. Stay focused,
I'm
my
focused.
brother.
No, I'm focused.
Because the next question's going to get you a bit hot. Because there's a couple brothers that need something called lashes.
Okay.
And I've seen a couple victims of them join your live.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to give you a list and you tell me how many lashes
How many
they're gonna
lashes
have
they
to get.
deserve?
I want to know, a couple people need to get lashes, you're saying. So
Okay.
I'm going to name the categories
Okay.
and tell me how many lashes they're getting.
Okay.
Snow bunny hopping, how many lashes?
That's 1,000 lashes.
1,000 lashes.
That's
And when we
1,000.
doing it and how is it going to happen?
That's 1,000 lashes, and you get one ear cut off and one big toe sliced off.
Oh, damn.
Brutal.
You're serious about the snow bunny hopping?
Yeah.
Okay. Cooning in the workplace.
Ooh, I can't stand it.
How many lashes?
Ooh. They gonna get 800.
800 lashes. That's it?
They almost as bad as the bunny hop. I'm gonna give them 800.
Black people working with Fox and mainstream media.
That's not a problem in and of itself.
Okay.
It depends on if they rep in the community or not.
I seen you jump on live TV and I seen what they do to you.
Okay.
I seen and I seen prime shaved head Dr. Umar Johnson pull a LeBron James Game 7 performance.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
I don't
talking
like
about.
when they. I feel. I don't like that. I
So-
hate when
so-
our people.
So when they're doing that to you, how many lashes they getting?
they get 2,500 lashes.
25 lashes. And last one.
Showing off for white people. I can't stand it.
Charles Barkley.
Oh Lord.
How many Charles Barkley?
How many
get?
Charles?
Charles Barkley gonna get about 5,000 lashes.
How
God
about
damn.
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon not a bad
He
guy,
came back.
He's a
Shay
good
Shay.
guy,
but
man.
he's
Man.
an eternal bunny hopper though.
I know, but you gotta give
I'm
him a
gonna
chance.
give Shay Shay about 300 lashes for bunny hopper.
Last one, voting for Trump.
No lashes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Democratic Party is no better than the Republican when it comes to black. How can I get mad at somebody for voting for Trump when you voted for Obama, got nothing? You voted for Joe Biden and got nothing. You voted for Bill Clinton and got nothing. You voted for Jimmy Carter and got nothing.
Was Barack Obama not net positive or net negative?
Negative.
Okay.
He
Okay.
that cause.
Barack Obama took all the civil rights that my ancestors fought for and gave them to every other group except my own. He stripped us and gave it to other people, pushed us down and pushed them up.
But
He
don't
also
you think?
went to
But don't you think
Africa.
he gives us an opportunity, like seeing him, young kids be like, "Yo, I can improve. I can be a president one
Here
day."
we go with the psychological benefits. If Barack Obama being president benefited black children, show me a statistic that improved the 8 years he was in office. Nothing went up.
I think
Not graduate, nothing went up.
the economy got better.
What they got to do with black folks? Half the black men in most major cities in America are unemployed. The economy getting better don't benefit New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Houston, Oakland.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're
There's no
saying.
benefit for us.
I see. But hey, by the way, I read Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. I love that book, low key, man. What do you think about that book?
You get 5,000 lashes. Man.
No.
Are you a coon?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not-
Hey, give this guy 5,000 lashes.
I'm from the blend
Hey,
tribe.
get the lash out. Someone get the lash out. Someone get
Get
the lash out
some
right now.
lashes.
My issue with Barack and Michelle,
Yeah.
you two are attorneys.
I just didn't like him in the last run when they came out and they told
Right.
black men, yo, you got to vote
But stay
here.
with me.
Okay.
Minus the fact y'all didn't do nothing in the 8 years y'all was in the White House, you guys are lawyers. You're attorneys. Not to mention y'all made millions of dollars off your books. You're not building no institutions for black people. You're not fighting for no kind of justice for black people. You are two lawyers from Ivy League universities, and you're doing nothing to advance your people's cause.
100%.
Forget what you did in office. You can redeem yourself now, and you're still choosing not to. And Barack Obama had the audacity to criticize black men for not voting for Kamala Harris. Who is you to tell us what to do when you did nothing for us?
There's a thing about the Democrat Party, and it reminds me of Malcolm X when he said the Democrats, the liberals, they're like foxes. They'll smile at you, still eat your sheep. Whereas the
Same
Republicans,
goal, different strategy.
they're the wolves and they'll come at you.
Same goal, different strategy, my brother.
Hey,
You
Deeves
right.
and Davies.
Wait, no, I want to do one more.
One more?
One more before we wrap up. Because I want to know if some people are for the cause or against the cause. I'm going to name names. You say if they're for the cause or
Okay.
against the cause. Oprah Winfrey.
No.
So against the cause?
She's against what has Oprah done for African people this century?
Listen, man, you can speak on it.
She built a beautiful school in South Africa.
Yep.
I would give her support for that. What has she done other than that? She's the richest woman on the history of the North American continent. What have you done?
She's got to donate to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Shit, she wouldn't be caught dead on my block.
Barack Obama. For the cause, against the cause.
Negro, please.
I'll go one.
And you can say past two if you want.
Candace Owens.
Down. She's a bunny hopper.
I want to, because you had beef with her. Just
No, I ain't
minute,
got no
wanna speak
beef
on-
with Candace.
No, but I want to speak because she's shifted her narrative over the last 2 years, if you could seen lately. Do you like it or you're against it? I know she's a bunny hopper. Let's go skip past the
But you
fact.
put that aside.
Sometimes you got to put that aside, Dr.
I don't put
Umar.
nothing aside.
Sometimes you got to put it aside.
When she starts building a relevant institution for the black community, I will consider.
Charlemagne the God.
That's my brother. Shout out to Charlemagne.
LeBron.
Charlemagne, you was a little too easy on Kamala Harris questions, though, bro.
Yes.
That Detroit interview with Kamala Harris, that shit was weak. I still love you, see the guy.
Yes.
But you got to do better than that, fam.
That town hall was light work. LeBron James.
I love the fact LeBron James is a great father. I love seeing him play with his son. But politically speaking, LeBron James ain't done nothing relevant for blacks politically, man.
Nick Cannon.
That's my brother. Nick is trying.
No, just for the cause or
Stop
against
bunny
the cause.
hopping, Nick. But
Yeah.
that's my bro.
He's trying. Is he in a rehabilitation of bunny hopping class with you or something?
Not yet, but I'm
Not
trying to
yet.
get him.
Get him
there.
in it.
He getting closer.
Beyonce, for the cause, against the cause.
For the cause. I love Beyonce, and she be doing some positive things in the hood.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z just announced a partnership with the Wharton School of Business out of the University of Pennsylvania to create a financial literacy course and take it to all the historically black colleges in America. Shout out to Sean Carter. You know, I met him once, right? When I was president of Black Student Union in college. We brought
2000
him
and I think it was ages ago, wasn't it?
the
Right?
day after Jesus died.
God
and we brought Jay-Z and KRS-One there for the concert.
Yeah.
And we almost got into a fight, me and Jay-Z.
Oh, yeah.
Because his team kept pulling people backstage, and KRS-One, who was bigger than him at the time, because Hard Knock Life Volume 1 just dropped. And I told Jay, you can't keep bringing women back here because KRS-One said he ain't going to perform if it's too crowded. So we had some words, and we almost, imagine that. The king of hip-hop and the king of black consciousness almost fought at a white school.
Damn. That would have been the fall of Black Power, man.
He would have lost.
Damn. P. Diddy.
May be guilty of some things, but is completely being made the fall guy for a much bigger government-supported, clandestine sex trafficking operation.
I need to
You wanna lynch Puff?
I need to get you on a pod just for that one day. When you come back to Australia, me and you're gonna do a sit down and we're gonna investigate that case and we're gonna look deep into it.
And let me give you one point on it.
Yep.
You coming after Puff, right? And don't get me wrong. If you sexually abusing or molesting kids, you wrong, right? But the Roman Catholic Church has been found guilty of about 50,000 separate child sex abuse acts, but ain't nobody trying to run them out of commission. You feel me? But you want to destroy Puff. I believe in justice, but I believe justice should be equitable across the board. Making black men the face of a predominant white crime, I can't accept.
Kamala Harris.
Coon.
For the cause against
Well,
the
she's
cause.
not coon because she's not black. She's an Asian.
Cat Williams.
I like Cat. Shout out to Cat. 4.
So for the cause against the cause.
4.
Charleston White.
Next person.
Kai Cenat. He's
Young brother. I'm going to give him time. I met Kai.
Kyrie Irving.
For the cause. I like Kyrie. Kyrie, my guy.
Dr. Umar.
King Kong, what you going to do?
Listen, I just want to wrap up this episode. Damo. Sean.
Deeves and Davies, make sure you tap into this episode. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Shout out Dr. Umar.
Hey,
Thank
listen,
you. Hey.
if you want to holler at me, you're going to be sent to the request inbox because I made it Hollywood now because I got Dr. Umar on. Dr. Umar, shout out to you.
Appreciate you, man.
I love your movement.
Thank you, bro.
I love seeing you. Your interviews are entertaining and educating.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm going to end this episode. Normally, I end my episodes by saying stay humble, faith. But I'm going to end this episode saying Black Power.
Black power.